Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, the 30th of September, which means I'm not only 18 days out, but yesterday, which was Monday, was the start of my last heavy week. So this is my last heavy week of training, which feels sort of like surreal and bittersweet at the same time, because 37 weeks ago, I started training. I decided I was doing this IronMan and began training. Didn't have a pair of running shoes. Had never been for a run. A lot of people are like, oh, been for a run. Like, I was literally like, quote unquote, bodybuilder. I technically lived like a bodybuilder, so to speak, but I wasn't a bodybuilder because I don't like saying someone was like, oh, you don't look like one. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I was trying to build muscle. All I do is just bulk, cut, and when I'd cut, I'd do a little bit of cardio, but I'd only ever use the elliptical or the stairs. Like, I wouldn't go for a run. Like, probably last time I run was like in school, sports day or some shit like that. So yeah, haven't really run as an adult, if that makes more sense to you. No running shoes, didn't have a bike, honestly, and obviously couldn't swim. I thought I could actually swim better than it turns out I actually could swim. So I was worse than I thought at swimming, and that's just the sort of person I am. Like, I was like, people are like, oh, why don't you go for a run first, see if you like it? But I'm very like all or nothing. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go all in. And I was like, I want to say that I'm doing it. I want to put it out there that I'm doing it before I actually start, so I can document my first run. If you scroll up my page, you'll see my first run, you'll see my first swim, you see all these firsts. It's like so cool to look back on, which is great. So yeah, 37 weeks ago, and you just take it week by week, day by day, follow the plan, and incrementally things get heavier and heavier and heavier. I had a coach to start with, I think for like the first 3 months, and then I went maybe 3 months on my own, and then I've had a coach, let's say for the last 3, that would probably make sense, for the last 2 months or so. So I've had a coach, then I've self-coached, and then I've got a coach again just to take me up until race day, just to remove that sort of second guessing, whilst a lot of the carryover and a lot of it is starting to make sense to me, especially with like bodybuilding and gym work. It's like removing it down to the basics, not getting too far ahead of yourself, working hard, not always like more is more, less is more if you're doing the right kind of stuff. So just remembering this stuff from like my bodybuilding and physique development days and bringing that over, I've sort of understood things very quickly and how things work. So I'd rather have someone take me to race day where it's like, these little things like nutrition, things to look out for, and someone with just general experience. Someone that's coached over 100 people to do their first Ironman, and then, is doing is going for like a sub 8 hour Ironman. They're going to have these little things that you've picked up along the way. Similar to my time in the gym, I've picked up many little things like, I would have done this differently, or I made this mistake. I probably would have avoided making this mistake if I did this. And that's what I pass on to my clients that want to get in better shape. So it's these things. And I've lost my trail of thought. But yeah, 37 weeks ago, I made that decision. Now we're here, last heavy week. It's crazy how things have come along. All in that time, I've gone for my first run. I've gone for my first swim. I've thought I would never be able to swim. I've swam the full distance. I've swam in the sea. I've got my first road bike. I did my biggest session 2 days ago, which was 152k on the bike, and then an 8k run straight off the bike, which was 7 hours, which is like something I wouldn't have even thought was like fathomable at the start. But it's like, if you just focus on what's in front of you, and that's what I drill into my clients all the time, is focus on what's in front of you. I haven't ever, only now I'm starting to think about race day and like the finish line. But the months before, I honestly haven't even thought about it. All I thought about is, okay, what do I need to do this week that's going to push me forward? Okay, wake up today, what do I need to do today? So for instance, today, I'm about to go for a 45-minute easy run, and I'm going for a sea swim. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do today, and I'll wake up tomorrow and do exactly the same thing. And the more you do that, that's, the days turn into weeks, the weeks turn into months, and before you know it, I'm here at my last week, which just feels crazy. So things have definitely come on. Obviously, the work is not done yet. We've still got this heavy week left, and there's obviously still going to be training to do. But yeah, it just feels like surreal and crazy. Like, if I think about it too much, it sort of like gives me goosebumps a little bit. Like, I'm actually going to be on that start line and like diving into that water and doing my first Ironman. and first triathlon at that. You know, a lot of people said this was crazy, and you know, sort of like chuckled. I even had someone at work yesterday when he was like, "Oh, are you training for a triathlon?" He was like, "Oh, are you like semi-pro or something?" I was like, "No, this is my first one." He was like, "You know, be a first Ironman." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, you've done a triathlon before, haven't you?" I was like, "No, it's like my first one." And he was like, chuckled. I'm like, it's unfathomable to people, but the reason why I sort of, even before going for my first run, I decided to put it out there because I know from previous experiences like diets, I dieted for a photo shoot last year. I diet every year, like to get lean and shredded, and I'd always take it technically too far. I'd always push my body to the extremes. I'd always know that I could get things done. Like, you know, when I was waking up and I'm starving, hungry, and I feel weak, and I've got to go to the gym and do an hour on the stairs, I'd do it and I wouldn't miss because I know I've got that end goal. So I knew that. Although it's crazy to a lot of people, like this kid's come from like bodybuilding space and he's doing it. He's telling me he's going to do his first Ironman. Honestly, I wouldn't believe most people, but I know me and I know what I'm like and I know that I'll get shit done. So that's why I knew I could do it. And honestly, you should have that belief in yourself, really. Like, if you don't have that belief in yourself, then you're going to struggle. And, you know, I don't think it's ego. I don't think there's like things, there's definitely things I can't do. But, you know, and initially when I set out on this journey, I was aiming for Perth, Australia, which is actually 2 months later. So, well, less than 2 months was meant to be the 7th of December. So that would have been like, I chose an Ironman to give myself. I was like, there's no way if I train my arse off and use my mindset that I cannot do an Ironman in a whole year. And obviously now things changed. Perth sold out before I bought my ticket. We had to bring it forward to Cascais, which is just as well because I'm like, how intermittent the training is now, like not being able to get in the sea, too windy, too raining, can't go out on the bike, then it makes training a little bit harder. So I'm actually glad it's a little bit closer, but I keep going off on tangents and losing what I'm going to say, but yeah, it's crazy to be here now. We've got this week to finish off, and then we're going to start taper obviously next week, and that'll be, you know, 2 weeks until race day, really. So we're just under 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. Never tapered, of course. So that's why the reason why I wanted to do this as well. I'll be running you through it. It'll be my first time tapering. I'll show you what I'm doing, what I'm eating, all that sort of good shit as well. So today on the menu, we have got 45 minutes. I was meant to have an hour swim in the pool, but I'm going to do an hour sea swim because the wind is looking all right and the sea conditions are looking all right today. So I want to make the most of that because we haven't actually had the chance to get in the sea that much. So I want to get in the sea as much as I can when the weather permits. I think the weather permitting tomorrow too. So I might go in tomorrow as well, just because there's been weeks where I haven't been able to get in the sea, or like last week was too dangerous, so I didn't end up going in, and all this sort of shit. So yeah, tying all the loose ends, keeping things ticking over, and yeah, we're getting there. 45-minute run now. It is 8:40, so that'll take me to about 9:30. I've got a lot of editing and whatnot to do today. Sea swim, so I'll take you through what I'm doing, send me what I'm eating, and yeah, I just realised it's been an 8-minute monologue, which I said I wasn't going to do, but at the same time, my views aren't crazy, and I want to talk my truth. And, you know, if I can look back on this in years to come and think, oh, well, that's how he was feeling the week before his taper, then it's cool to look back on. So 45-minute easy run. Let's go. Good morning still. I look really small because I've sunk my chair down because I've only got this mini little tripod on my Osmo. So I've sunk my chair right down to get myself in the shot and not sitting up so you're sort of looking up my nose. I'm coming to your level, so to speak. But I've got a green tea here, dire state of affairs. I've got no coffee, so I'm having a green tea, which is probably good for my gut anyway. And I put some honey in there just because I was feeling a little bit run down yesterday. Can't hack it, can I? Can't hack it. That Sunday session of 7 hours, can knack it. I woke up with like sort of a bit of a headache, felt myself getting ill. So my ill protocol, I've actually got garlic capsules now because before I was eating raw garlic and it's actually just foul. You just stink. But I feel like it does work. Garlic, high dose of vitamin C and high dose of zinc, vitamin D, and feel all right today. But I'm just making sure. So I got the green tea and the honey, which is going to do me some good. They haven't just got back from my run, but not too long ago, and I just had some food. So I had 100 grams of oats, 50 grams of whey, and a banana. I would have had my eggs, but I don't have eggs because I ate them all yesterday, and I didn't buy any more. Like, I didn't buy any more coffee, which is not great, but it was just an easy run, 45 minutes to sort of just tie me over. It's one of those things where it's like you want to keep yourself ticking over, but I'm sort of still recovering from the weekend, and also I've got a hill session the day after tomorrow, and then I've got my last big weekend, obviously this weekend. So it's sort of just keeping myself ticking over and also preserving the legs. So that was 8k, I believe. 8k, 5 minute 46 kilometer, which is about like my really nice steady pace for me, and 46 minutes overall. And I just become a local legend. So yeah, whatever that's meant to mean, but do you know what it is at the minute? Because I'm really like, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to go to work. I'm coaching clients, and I'm also just, I put so much pressure on myself to get so much content up, and it's just like, yeah, because that's all you ever hear me talk about is uploading. That's what I'm about to do now, and then from now until about, we're gonna go for high tide is at 4:46, I think. So we're gonna try and go for some about 3ish. So basically now until then, I'm just gonna edit YouTube videos, edit Instagram videos, start re-uploading, because what I do is I upload onto Instagram, and then what I put on Instagram I put on TikTok. I haven't been doing that, so now I'm like 15 videos behind on TikTok, so I need to get up to date on TikTok. And then what I actually want to do is upload my sort of Instagram, TikTok videos to YouTube Shorts, but then it's saving them all, and there's probably about 70 videos since I started training for this Ironman, but I know it would do some good for my YouTube channel, especially now that I'm uploading longer videos. So it's doing that. I put up an AliExpress video yesterday of like just cycling bits I brought from AliExpress. I didn't expect how many people would comment asking for the links. So now I've got to go through, and you can set up like an automation on ManyChat, which I didn't do before. So now I've got to go back. So what is it? Do you know when people are like, oh, comment the word link please, and then you comment the word link and then it sends it to you. I could have done that, which would have saved me a hell of a lot of time, instead of now I'm having to go through and do it manually. So that's my mistake. Didn't expect it to go so well, but I'm happy it has, because it's on 38.6k views and 730 saves and only 500 likes, if you can see that. And it's gained me nearly 100 followers already and 40k. So it feels like I could just stop uploading and my shit about training and just upload AliExpress videos, and I'll gain loads of followers. But I don't want to gain followers just from AliExpress videos. You know, I want it to be. And the thing is, I was a toss up, because I know the last one I did went well, so I was like, do I want to make another one? Do I want another video to go well? But at the end of the day, I'm not buying shit off AliExpress just for the sake of a video like this. Actually, what I'm buying, and my whole thing this year was just be yourself, show what you're doing. And I actually did buy this stuff from AliExpress, and I am using it, so why not show people? Because if I like it, then someone else is gonna. So yeah, that's my thing with it. So it's not like I'm being inauthentic, it's just, yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna be here now editing, and once I put this SD card into the thing, you probably won't hear from me from a while. But it's just as well, because I managed to sit here and talk to you for 5 minutes without actually doing anything. So yeah, nice run. I'm hoping the conditions are good for us swim. I'd love to get sort of 2,500 plus. If the conditions are good, to get a really solid swimming. That would definitely build up a bit of confidence now, because that's the only thing we haven't really done much of, is the sea swimming, just because of the conditions. So we'll do what we can, but sort of anything in the sea is better than nothing, because I'd rather get some experience in there. So yeah, locked in. Cheers. Gonna edit some videos. Of editing. Why does it say microphone blocked? What does that mean? Yeah. It says microphone blocked. Hello. Many hours have passed, but I'm coming at you from Eastbourne Seafront. I've done much editing, as I said I would. Couple videos on TikTok, couple videos in trial reels, video on Instagram, and a new upload to YouTube. And now the time is 3:47. High tide is about 4:40, 4:50. So I was reading up yesterday, apparently the best time to go for a swim is like an hour before high or low tide. I can't remember what it's called, something begins with an S. something tide where the currents aren't as strong or something like that. Anyway, I don't know. We were always trying to go in at high tide because I just assumed that was best, but apparently not. But we've gone an hour before high tide. We were going to go this morning, but I didn't really work out time-wise. I'm not really sure if you should go at low tide because you have to go so far out and all that kind of jazz. I sort of like it when it's like this, when you sort of step in and you're in. So, yeah, the sea looks. Let me show you. The sea looks all right, but obviously you never know until you get in there. Oh. So yeah, it looks a bit sort of like a current coming this way, but the main thing is, oh dear, it looks... Okay. Still haven't got to grips with using this camera clearly. Yeah, so as I was saying, the sea looks pretty flat, so I'm really hoping for a decent swim today. Why is it switching me that way? Okay, that's why. Yeah, not a tech guy, but yeah, so we're hoping to get a good swim in today. You know, if we can get sort of 2,000 plus, I'll be happy, because we don't know when we're going to get these times when the sea's good. So obviously you can never really tell until you're in there, but if we can get sort of 2,000, 2,500 or more, like a really solid swimming, then I'll start to feel good, because obviously we've still only got 3 swims in. We've only had 3 sea swims. A very rocky one, we had a good 2,000, and our first one was 1,000, so we've not done a great deal, but I do feel okay in the sea. But obviously I do want to get more in there, since we've been getting the good runs in, we've been getting, you know, the long old cycles, 6,000 a cycle, so we're just sort of missing the swim portion, of which I'm hoping to get in today and maybe tomorrow as well. So yeah, gonna go for this now, hopefully have a good swim, and I'll probably see you after, because I might try and film a bit, but it's sort of hard because I don't want to leave my phone on the beach, because when you're swimming a long distance, I don't want to have to keep looking back. And you know, if someone goes to take my shit, probably not an east one, but if someone does go and take my shit, then I'm not going to be very quick at getting out of the sea and chasing them. So.
Day, my coach has given them to me, so I'm going to take you through obviously today, and we're going to talk you through next week, which will be my like deload week, peak. No, I don't even know what I'm saying. I give up.
Huh?
Give up.
Never give up, man. They're so like fucking flimsy, these things, aren't they? It's like no wonder I've got a hole in my sort of giving up this fucking thing now. So I did actually there's like a nick in my crotch of my wetsuit, and I did actually emailed the place I bought it from to see if it was under warranty, because yeah, whilst it might have been my fault, it shouldn't really cause that in a wetsuit after only 3 wears, but of course it come back as my fault, of which I just assume anything in life when it's to do with like warranty, I just assume you'll never get what you need, because it always ends up being your fault, doesn't it really? So yeah, I need to order some of that black witch glue. It's highly recommended for the suit, so I need to get some of that. I think we're going to test out some chafe cream on the old neck, which is something we need to do. Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying microphone blocked as well. Right, that's that. I think we're all set. I just need Tara to do me up and for him to get ready, and then we'll be heading down to the sea. Talk about the money saving machine. Tar got some of this. I assume it's just all the same shit. Some chafing rub. It's like £1, what was it, £1.80? Can't argue with that for 60 mils. And we were just looking at some that was like 15 quid for like 100 mil. So
It
it's just there, so it's maybe meant to be. So we're going to give that a go on our neck and see how it is. But yeah, money saving. Holy shit, guys. We put 2 hours on the car, so like we'll swim for an hour and then we'll come up here, get the Osmo, get the phones, get some videos, because it was quite a nice swim. But as you can see, I'm shivering so bad. I'm literally so cold. I don't have, my hands aren't too bad. You can see like my fingers are white. I don't have the best circulation anywhere. I like suspect to have like Raynaud's, because I always get like my fingers are always like white when it's cold. My circulation's bad, but it's not even that cold. I'm pretty sure September's meant to be like the warmest month for sea swimming. I don't know if I'm like being a pussy, but I'm so cold. And when I got out, I was like, I actually can't believe how cold I am. You want to see? I'm literally shaking so bad. I'm not even taking the piss. I'm just so cold. You know, I'm just cold to the core. I've not had that being in the sea, and we've been in the sea for an hour. I don't know why it's so different today. Look, I can look at Tar's hands. Mate, that's fucked. Show me the other one. Like mine aren't great, but look at that. Oh my god, man. That actually might be worse. Fuck.
That's the worst I've ever seen now.
That's actually insane, but yeah, good swim, however. 2,000. 2,000 meters, 58 minutes. Not quick, but getting it done. And the main thing was that I wasn't like trying to rush it. I wasn't trying to like really push it. I was just trying to get the time done and get into a good rhythm. And that we did like that. I felt like I could keep that up, go and go and go and go. And that's without drafting anyone. That was just swimming on my own. So, oh my god, I'm swimming so bad. I hope that on race day, and I'm sure it will, the drafting will just make a big difference. So yeah, not only will it see like fingers like completely numb, yeah, the drafting people, and then just, you know, giving it someone race day. But the main thing for me, I want to get out of the swim like not feeling too exerted. I want to get out of the swim feeling relatively fresh. I don't mind getting a bit of a slower swim. Obviously this is my first Ironman. Going from zero to just completing the Ironman is a big achievement anyway. But you know, if I can get around like 1:30, 1:45, I'll be happy, because the main thing for me is like getting out and not feeling exerted and feeling good, because I'm about to get on a 180k bike. So I think we need to get home. So cold. Now I'm like, there's like a sauna on the seafront where we go for our swim, and shock the day, like, oh my god, I would have died for a sauna now. It's not open, so yeah, happy with that anyway. 2,000 meters, which is good. Slow, but we're getting it done. And honestly, I wanted to go for longer. I wanted minimum 2.5, but I'm actually so cold. My immune system's not good anyway. I'm on immune suppressant tablets I've got uveitis, essentially. So yeah, I don't have the best immune system. My body's like made of cheese, so I don't really want to get ill, especially as I was feeling ill like yesterday. So yeah, gonna head home now, have a warm shower, have some food, and then crack on with a bit of work for the evening. Feels rather intimate, you being in bed with me, but I better sign off the video because I can't just leave it at the end of
was at the end of the swim, and then you might have seen a bit of me sitting down on my dinner, and that was it. But that is basically all I've done. I've just been replying to comments, uploaded an Instagram video, and put some videos on TikTok and stuff. It's nothing too exciting, but just trying to chase my tail with the content side of things now. So seems like all I do, but it's a long term play. It's one of those things that will pay off, won't it? So content is the new currency, as they say, and attention is the new economy, something like that. Anyway, I'm hitting the hay now. It's 11 o'clock, so it's past my bedtime. Really, hoping for a good night's sleep, and see you at day 17 tomorrow. Of which we've got a heavy day. I'm going to try and get another sea swim in and not freeze to death. I need to get back to the gym. That's going to be my first day in the gym in maybe 2 weeks. So it's not good, but that's what happens when you go on holiday. Then when I come back, I was like, my priority is being that close out is running, swimming, and cycling. So that's what I prioritized. Didn't go on Monday because unfortunately I prioritized videos and getting those up and recovering, because I was going to go and train full body, but I'm like, do I want to mash my legs after the heaviest session of my life? Probably not. So I'm going to hit a full body session tomorrow. I've got a cycle, just like an hour and a half sort of easy spin with some pickups every night, every 10 minutes. So I'll be doing that, lifting. So it should be a pretty fun day. And then you guessed it, outside of training, it's going to be a lot of editing and filming and all that sort of good stuff. But for some reason my legs are hurting. I'm tense and my quads hurt still. It's not good. I haven't even trained them, but I suppose I've been doing a lot of training. So yeah, gonna hope for a good night's sleep, and I'll see you all in the morning for day 17. 17 days out rather. Peace.